Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Today we're breaking some thunder by leveling the Thunderbreaker to level 202 and potentially breaking our fingers as well. This class is the Night of Sickness Pirate and has a shark and water theme. I think visually this class had some really nice changes and boy is it fun to play. So Thunderbreakers are a lot more straightforward compared to most classes. They can link their skills and are one of the smoothest feeling classes in the game. In first job they learn two attacks, Lightning Punch and Flash. Flash teleports you to a nearby enemy and Lightning Punch is a punch made of a lightning shark, of course. I also love that their double jump and up jump has a shark animation as well. In MapleStory Korea this class for a short while used to say mommy shark, daddy shark and baby shark as well. Thankfully those lines didn't make it into Maple Global. Like all Night of Sickness, the Thunderbreaker learns the elemental skill in their first job. This is a toggle skill that has to be on at all times. Every time you link between two attacks you get a stack using this skill and you'll get a ton of bonuses with these stacks later on, like ignore defense and bonus damage. Grinding in your first job feels a little bit illegal with how fast you can dash around the map linking your two attacks. It's really fun. With the second job advancement you learn two new attacks again, Tidal Crash and Shark Sweep. I usually completely ignore Shark Sweep and just combine Tidal Crash with your first job skill Flash. This really allows you to zoom across the map while destroying everything in your path. It feels so smooth, man. I can't stop saying it, it's really fun. In the second job you also get a new skill that was introduced with the Ignition update. This skill, Sea Wave, is a new one that pops out when you're linking attacks and when it isn't on cooldown. It's a rolling ball of sea that damages everything that it touches. Pretty useful if it can clear the monsters on platforms below you. Besides that, your linking gets a boost in second job thanks to your passive lightning boost, allowing you to get more stacks and increasing damage per lightning charge. You punch, you're fast, and you drink a lot of MP potions because you're spamming your skills so much. Such is the simple life of a Thunderbreaker. In third job you learn another really fun combo, the Ascension Thunder combo. You go up with a big shark attack and come crashing down in a vortex of water. It is really fast and really fun to zoom around within the map. You also learn the Link Mastery skill, which increases your final damage by 6% per stack. It has a max of 3 stacks, and it's an additive final damage boost, which is pretty big. Your damage stacking passive from linking attacks gets boosted as well, and you learn the Gale skill. This skill, when used, gives you a buff depending on the amount of stacks that you had from linking your skills together when you used Gale. With all this stacking and linking, Thunderbreaker is a class that excels at dealing damage at all time. You have to keep attacking and hitting enemies to keep up your stacks. You'll also need to actually hit monsters to have all your buffs up before you enter a boss fight. With both your Link Mastery and Lightning stacks only lasting 30 seconds, the Gale buff lasts 60 seconds though. It ain't like really hard to keep up or anything like that since you want to be attacking anyway, but it is something to keep in mind before you enter those boss fights. It's fun to grind with this class, but I was missing a bit of power and the power of a gazillion damage lines. Thankfully though, the fourth job completely fixes this. Like every other self-respecting class, the Thunderbreaker learns a skill that doubles their damage lines for the cost of only 30% final damage. And best of all, it's a toggle skill. Suck it, Shadow Partner. You also learn your final two attacks, Annihilate and Thunderbolt. Generally, you use those two skills when bossing so you're not moving around like crazy. But when mobbing, I mostly was using the second job skill Tidal Crash and Thunderbolt. This way you can zoom around the map while dishing out some mean damage. It's fast, fun, spammy and smooth of course. Make sure to level up the speed infusion skill as well, at least relatively fast, so everything goes even faster, and that skill buffs the damage of that little wave that comes popping out. Besides your actives, your linking skill gets a buff, increasing the ignore defense buff when you link skills. Just as an example, these are my stats without having anything active, just logging in. Boom, this is what it looks like. And then these are my stats when everything is linked up, when I used all my stacks and everything is buffed up and ready to go. Quite a big difference. You'll also get a buff to your Gale skill with the Typhoon skill, making Gale even bigger and improving its damage, and the buff you get from using that skill. You're really zooming through the levels with all your new skills. Thunderbolt is so fast, feels amazing. At level 140 you also learn your first hyper skill active, Primal Bolt. It basically gives you a bunch of buffs and decreases cooldowns, but best of all, Gale becomes spammable when the skill is active. Combine Gale with Tidal Dash and you'll be zooming around the map, but this time you'll also spam a skill that's even bigger than Thunderbolt. It's also great to use when bossing in combination with Thunderbolt instead of Tidal Crash. We're really melting through Horntail here, poor little guy never stood a chance. Also might have something to do with the temporary Fafnir set that we got from burning, but it's really good, okay? You know, we're fast and all, but what if we could go even further, beyond? I completed 2 Monster Park runs to get some green potions. Now we're as fast as we can be. This is the fastest Thunderbreaker goes. No matter how much you spam your skills, it feels like Thunderbreaker can actually keep up with your spamming, and it feels so satisfying and fun to play. You don't have to spam so much, but you kinda instinctively want to, just because you can. If you're leveling this class, I highly recommend getting a green potion from Monster Park just for the fun of it. It goes really fast. At level 160 we also learn our other hyper skill. This big whale jumps out, damaging monsters, and you're invincible while casting the skill. You can link the skill with Tidal Crash as well for even faster casting. Reaching level 202 was very easy. Sadly, Phase 2 did not have the highest burning though in any burning world, but Phase 3 proved to be a nice alternative with some solid rotations for this class. Also, fun fact, if you're level 169 and 97.80% and you start the Scrapyard introduction quest, you'll hit level 199 and 100%, but you won't level up. You're missing like 10k EXP, it's so frustrating. Your 5th job skills are pretty fun though. A lightning cascade makes a chain lightning attack style pop out passively every few seconds when it isn't being used, but when it is being used, the skill increases your final damage, and those chain lightning attacks pop out even more. Great for mobbing or for that additional burst damage when you go bossing. You can also fire off a Shark Torpedo at the cost of 2 lightning charges. No Sharknado, unfortunately. The skill only has an 8-second cooldown, so you can use it quite often. There is Lightning Spear Multi-Strike, which can be used either by itself by spamming the skill up to 12 times, or you can weave it in between your auto combos to keep up the DPS. And every 8 times you link your skills, you'll summon a Lightning God Spear. If you have the skill set to automatic, you can change that by right-clicking it. Or you can use it manually as well if you want to use it specifically to clear like a certain platform that you normally can't reach when you're mobbing. Personally, I prefer to have it auto, just to make my life easier. But then again, I'm only level 202, so yeah. For inner abilities, since you already have enough attack speed, the Thunderbreaker goes for 20% boss damage on the first line, attack on the second, and critical rate on the third. If you're just grinding, always get 20% meso for the first line. You'll just make more messes that way. Life will be better if you're rich. For the skill trios for 5th job, I couldn't really find too much newer information. Since Thunderbreaker was gutted, like they just Nexus shot their kneecaps a few years ago, really changing the class, but since then, I couldn't really find that much while just googling. I assume you use 2 trios, one with Annihilate, Thunderbolt and Gale for bossing and a bit of mobbing, and another node with Tidal Crash, Ascension and Thunder for your mobbing skills. If you still use Ascension and Thunder, I mostly was using Tidal Crash and Thunderbolt, but I've seen high level Thunderbreakers play with both. I'm not sure about this though. If there's any Thunderbreaker main in the chat, feel free to let us know what the correct trios are and I'll make sure to pin it in the comments. Overall, I really like training with this class. It feels so smooth and so fast. It's really fun to play as a Thunderbreaker. Seriously, I can't stress this enough. What a fun class. I would not pick this class as a bossing mule though, due to the lack of passive boss damage and lower base critical rate. There are just other classes with a way easier, less spammy playstyle that can get the job done as well compared to Thunderbreaker. Not a bad class by any means, but bossing wise there's just so many better options to pick from, like Paladin. And that was all for today. What do you think of the remastered Thunderbreaker? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Cody Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggydeer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Jesus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Afterlord _ MS, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Pun, Radical Jaws, Riser Aru, Sir Tito 655, Mathias Simonsson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Cristales, Ace Light, Mr. Narc, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Muka 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brendon Cam, Vague Botnet, Fecco, Victor Sundstrom, CeeMak, Only, Rashid Alarudi, Gerlando Balavia, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, Lucky Beats, Matthew Dev, Gummy Bullet, Lord Fazil, Spuds D. Kaiser, Zunnen, That Archer Guy, Grogro, and Gabriel Eck. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!